So as your representative, a few things I'd like to do, if I get the chance to get in there. Foster job creation, bringing back manufacturing to our state. One of the ways we can do this is to entice companies to move here and bring their job opportunities with them. We need to especially focus on green industry jobs. Now, this is going to be the new wave that's going to carry us well into the future. There's a huge green boom coming, and it's not that far away. Now, right now, most of the actual industries are global dominated industries that have a hand on this, but North Carolina, we can position ourselves to invest in green technology and be a manufacturer and export that technology to the world. So I also want to see small business thrive in this state. As a small business owner in this district, I know firsthand how legislation can help or it can hurt a business. Now, one example, I know all you know I'm in the dry cleaning and laundry business. And back in 1994, our industry proactively went to work with the state legislature to come up with a program called the DISCA. It's the Dry Clean Solvent Cleanup Act. Now, prior to that, during the 80s, EPA started regulating and putting, regulations on dry cleaners because of the solvent we used for groundwater contamination and so on. Well, our industry worked with the legislature to create a super fund that we were going to pay into. Now, that's per tax. We pay a tax per gallon for every gallon of solvent we buy. Now, before that, if you were actually to have ground contamination on your property, what have you, even if you were just leasing to a dry cleaner, you'd be held liable. And in some cases, people would just have to forfeit their property, would lose their fortunes in their homes just to be able to pay for the remediation. So now we got together, we came up with the DISCA program, which not only requires that we have to actually go in and assess the contamination, but if it is deemed that it's a tangible threat to drinking water or a school area, then we'll go in and clean it up, but we've got the money to do it. And we're paying that in on a per day basis as soon as we buy solvent. And we've been doing this for years. So that's just another way, a reason why we need people who understand how things work in a business to be a part of that legislative process. And we've proven that it can work hand in hand. Of course, due to this recession, I think there's a definite need for an increase in mental health services. Now, people have suffered a lot of job loss, a lot of financial ruin. Some people are going through mental disorder, and some even suicide. Now, awareness of public health facilities needs to be more prevalent. We do have mental health services, but some are shutting down. Now, I know I have a colleague just recently who was in business and lost his business, and he went broke, and thus he hung himself. Now, this is a very tragic story that hits close to home. Had there been more access to mental health, who knows? Maybe we could have saved him. But I don't want to see this happen to anyone else. It's just the right thing to do to help those who are hurting the most. Now, I also want to improve public education. This is really important. Getting our kids graduated and college educated. And when those who can't go to college, we need additional vocational training. Not everybody can afford college. College costs are going way up through the roof. Everybody knows it. And we need to address that as well. We also need to find ways to balance our budget or keep our budget balanced without hurting our schools and teachers any further than we already have. I also want to introduce a program to increase fiscal transparency so everyone knows exactly where their tax dollars are going and hold your tax dollars down on the state level. Now, this is why, a few of the reasons why we need your support, not only financially, but physically. So I ask you all to join me at frankdeatonnow.com to support a fair and affordable future that's as good and decent as North Carolina herself. Thank you very much. Enjoy.